Apple Inc. is a multinational company and leader in the technology industry, with an impressive influence worldwide. Apple uses differentiation, innovation, and has consistent high-quality product, explains Linton, 2018. These aspects contribute to the company's continued success. One example of this is the utilization of differentiation, which allows Apple to distinguish its company and products from competitors. This presentation will explore the success of Apple Inc. and suggest ways in which the company can remain competitive in an online world and with the current volatile business environment. Brand strength, innovative products, a strong integrated supply chain, and a premium pricing strategy enable Apple Inc. to remain competitive in the current business landscape. Linton 2018 explains that the strength of Apple's brand enables the company to achieve great visibility in the market and also builds a loyal consumer base. This is evidenced by Apple's continued growth in sales and business expansion worldwide. Another key advantage for Apple is the company's ability to continuously create new and innovative products. The products that Apple produces and sells utilize the same software, creating a seamless user experience across different devices. Apple Inc. also gains strong competitive advantage through the company's integrated supply chain. This supply chain enables the company to have full control over every aspect of product development, creation, manufacturing, and the marketing process. Competitors of Apple, such as Samsung, struggle to match this.
Apple has made it a long way growing its business across borders to sell in a diverse number of markets across the globe. It has truly become a multinational corporation earning of its title, but with the different markets and expanded ambitions comes with expansion of challenges as well. Today, MNCs face threats including the increase of ease that competition has to enter the global markets with the introduction of e-commerce, and the volatility that many local economies across the globe face today. Apple needs to be aware of market preferences. The company needs to be aware of what consumers are looking for when they shop for smartphones or personal computers, and even more specifically, why consumers choose them over the competition. The approach of avoiding an attitude of trying to sell what is produced instead of selling what the market is looking for should be taken to assure that what Apple produces is what the market is truly looking for. So instead of just producing a product, the company is looking at what the market wants and then producing for the market. This could be done a few ways. Firstly, previous sales data for multiple tech companies could be used to find popularity trends between what sold well and what elements from camera, battery, screen durability, and other attributes were most likely to sway a purchase decision. Devices from similar price points should be looked at as well to avoid the possibility that the price influenced the purchase decision. This type of analysis, alongside purchase surveys about why customers chose their devices, could be compiled to find what the market preferences are to best cater to the market needs. This would assure that Apple has the advantage over competition by assuring that the products that they make tailor to the tastes and expectations of the market. So Apple should use this information as a focus for their recent increase in research and development expenditure. If Apple can position itself as an essential product rather than an optional product, then in times of financial hardship like economic difficulty, people will be less likely to cut out expenditures on their devices and instead save money in other facets of their life. Companies sometimes reduce the level of their investments that would otherwise positively impact future business performance, such as R&D activities. Apple has a history of spending a relatively small percentage on R&D compared to competitors, so continued recent trends of increasing expenditure on this, the company should see success.
Managers must understand the impact culture has on behaviours and customs at all levels of the organisation. To do so, Darty Barr outlined management must decide whether their strategy adopts a dominant culture, creates a new culture that enables the MNC to achieve their long-term visions, or adopts a hybridisation of the cultures that make up the MNC. One method is ensuring HR practices are consistent with national culture, which can lead to significant benefits such as employee buy-in, collaboration, innovation and productivity, which all lead to positive impacts to the bottom line. Filatotchev and Stoll recommend a transnational approach to corporate social responsibility in order to maintain competitiveness in a challenging global environment. This can be achieved by developing global templates for consistency while remaining responsible at a local level. For example, Apple's overarching HRM policies should remain consistent across borders. However, subtle tweaks may be required in a local context to ensure a transnational approach is taken. Cross-cultural management is also essential in successfully managing organisational cultures in MNCs. 3 approaches are outlined in the report. Firstly, Fontaine highlights that managers now need to use a psychological management approach when it comes to cross-cultural management by making cultural information available to employees and encouraging groups to work together to build trust, eroding stereotyping and discrimination. Fontaine also highlights Holden's 2002 knowledge-based cross-cultural management strategy, which outlines the benefits of the transfer of tactical knowledge, such as beliefs and perceptions across an organisation in solving cross-cultural problems. Holden highlights that organisations that allocate time and resources to culture and develop business processes that align employee behaviour with organisational goals are more likely to successfully manage organisational culture. Finally, Taylor et al. Raises the importance of MNCs aligning organisational culture with HRM system and policies. This involves the MNC having a strong mission which seeks the same level of employee buy-in globally and provides a point of reference to align organisational goals. In order for the organisation and its employees to be adaptable to the changing environments and contexts it conducts business in, it must develop strong, consistent HR systems which reduces any alienation that is caused by borders and cultural differences. Doe and Luthans highlight a geocentric or global approach to organisational decision-making is the optimal management style to achieve this, which embraces diversity across cultures, taking a deliberate approach to understand and adopt any cultural nuances. When this is adopted, employees are not restricted by location or culture in seeking opportunities, therefore are more likely to remain satisfied and committed to their organisation. Embracing cultural diversity through diversity management is also an essential cultural management strategies for MNCs to implement. Nishi and Osbiglin recommend a 3-phase framework to adopting global diversity management programs, addressing the pressures MNCs face due to national and international laws and policies to embrace diversity and minimise discrimination in work settings. Firstly, MNCs must follow what they define as global diversity management through global input in decision-making, flexible HRM policies and practices, global elimination of discrimination through hiring practices, and consistent training and development encouraging cross-cultural networking. Secondly, top management must consist of broad beliefs, attitudes, and demographics with an emphasis on prior international experience and a willingness to be open to change. In following the phase 1 and 2, MNCs can unlock the diversity-related organisational benefits such as global knowledge creation and sharing, high-level performance and innovation, and a strong sense of employee engagement. Singh highlights the benefits of a global diversity management strategy, which enables organisations that follow to gain a greater understanding of customer needs, enabling a better service to be provided. Furthermore, the organisations will be perceived as being socially and morally aware, which will help maintain competitive advantage on a global scale. Based on the research outlined in the report, Chanel, Michael, and I have developed the following criteria of successful strategy in managing organisational culture. Firstly, MNC management must understand the unique cultures that operate within their organisation, fostering strong working relationships amongst employees to eliminate stereotyping and bias amongst their employees. Secondly, MNC management must use a geocentric approach by embedding culture in organisational strategy, policy, and decision-making practices. And finally, MNC management must use diversity management to embrace cultural diversity. In examining Apple's success against the criteria developed, it is clear they are dealing with the challenges of maintaining competitiveness in a volatile global market. Apple are a global business made up of many unique cultures across their organisation. Apple's focus on developing a leadership team made up of different cultures and continual training in inclusivity allows them to better understand the cultural differences that exist within the organisation. Furthermore, diversity network associations such as Familia at Apple provide management and employees the opportunity to work closely with others from different cultural backgrounds, providing training and education to help break down stereotyping and bias to successfully work in harmony. Apple also use a geocentric approach by embedding culture in organizational strategy. This is evidenced in Apple's mission statement, which focuses on building a culture where all belong, progressing toward a workforce that is more inclusive for the betterment of the whole world, not just the organization. Evidence can also be seen in Apple's hiring policy, with a candidate assessment framework and diverse interview panels, and the strong emphasis on training and development of all their staff. These approaches are consistent with what is outlined by Fontaine, Taylor et al., and Doe and Luthans. Finally, it is clear Apple is committed to diversity and is successfully using this strategy in managing organizational culture. As outlined, diversity and inclusion is embedded in its hiring processes and HRM policy. Apple commits to hiring from underrepresented communities, bringing different skill sets and ideas to their organization while providing more opportunity for those who have not had them previously. Apple is also committed to ensuring there are more females in their organization, reducing gender bias that existed in previous generations. Apple's diverse leadership team allows management to better understand the various cultures that make up Apple when managing them. The diversity management approaches by Apple gives them the best chance of unlocking the benefits diversity brings to organizations, as outlined by Nishi and Osbiglin and Singh earlier.
For Apple to succeed against pressures from online marketing competition and economic volatility, the company must have a clear path of where it's going. With the recommendations suggested here, it should be able to make an informed decision on business operations in the coming years. Armed with this knowledge, it should be in a good position to plan and execute a business strategy that helps MNC find future success.